Make sure that I'm streaming. Actually, it's working and everything. We're gonna heavily look into the way that Mario Kart is doing their level design stuff. So I'm basically trying to see best practices for level design using Mario Kart as a huge reference. I finally got my Elgato, so now I'm able to actually do this, and I have a few ideas on how I want to implement everything, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Let me make sure that everything is going well, and I need to also get this on my Discord channel real fast, and then I'll be able to get started officially. Here we go. Copy this over. Let's see here. Oh, that's interesting. It's like a new... pin message. Okay, cool. I can pin message now. That's dope. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and share this. Let's go ahead and share. Copy. I'm going to bring this over to my Discord channel. Welcome Steven on here. Go ahead and alright, cool. So, yeah, I'm going to use Mario Kart as a big reference on how I want to run the show for this. Let's see here. Let's make sure everything is working. Okay. Let's just look on here. Cancel. Alright, cool. So, let's go ahead and see how this looks. Alright. So, one of the things I noticed is that a lot of these meshes in Mario Kart are separate meshes, literally. So, this rough terrain here on the side bank is a separate texture altogether. A separate mesh and separate texture. So I could literally run another tileable texture on this rough terrain patch to kind of match this. And I'm not going to do a one-for-one of Mario Kart, but I think when it comes down to track stuff, I think it makes a lot of sense. Hey, what's up, Karthik? Welcome, welcome. I am streaming late again, so at least for right now. So, yeah, I guess that works out. How you doing? It's been a minute. Actually want to add sound, but I think this would get demonetized if I did. Oh, maybe it'd be fine. I think it could be okay. Let's see if I add the sound. If I get demonetized, if I do, then I just won't do it again. Let's see, recording and Elgato enable. Wow, that's loud. Oh boy. Hold on, sorry about that. Turn down my audio. My bad. That was super loud. Hopefully that's not as loud now. Let me make sure. That was loud for me anyway. Let's see. Oh, good thing I turned on the audio for it anyway, so that's okay. Okay, that should be pretty good. I'll turn it down a little bit more. Maybe like right there, just to have it kind of in the background. All right, cool. So, yeah, so I might get demonetized. I'm not sure. Whatever. All right, cool. So, let's go ahead and see how this looks. We'll go ahead and have this on this side and my... I have an idea. There we go. Alright, so as we're driving around this area, it has like, you have these little fence pieces. I'm turning down the volume just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that the carpet and the stonework here are just two separate pieces, and yeah, even these bolts are just baked in normal map. So they really have some crazy optimization for Mario Kart. It really is awesome. Oh no, this is Mario Kart 8. This is me just trying to gather some information before trying to make my track. This is not my game. I wish it was. So okay. And yeah, right here we have an alpha map. So we have some see-through zones that literally the cart, in all reality, should just fall through these holes. This is just alpha map on top of. Bring my screen over here this direction. There we go. So okay, and then this is a little bit different. Oh, yeah, this is kind of funny. It finishes for me if I don't finish it in a certain time. I'm just observing the art at the moment. It's just kind of just like a way to reverse engineer kind of how something is built. A little bit behind the scenes. And then I can try to replicate the similarities. I'm going to retry. So yeah, it doesn't like if you're hanging out for more than 10 minutes on the track. Alright, yeah. So this is definitely different mesh. Probably baked on lighting, but very low AO. Probably a very, very small amount of baked in lighting ambient occlusion here. And yeah, this information, this geometry is literally just kind of wiggling and separate mesh from this. They're just like stuffed together, but it looks really good the way they pulled it off. And then you have a tileable mountain that is kind of chopped in pretty brilliantly. So let's see here. Go ahead and pause that. Main screen. Okay. So then I have this track that I'm trying to work with, and I think the way I'm going to manage this is bringing this into my Maya. So I'm gonna get Maya out real quick, and so I can start editing this track up and make it so it's similar. Also, I need to export some of these tileable textures, I think, so I can see what's happening with them a little bit better as well. Let's see here. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I actually need to just turn this off here. Turn my timer off for now. Main screen. Turn my timer off for right now on here too. No need for the timer on this one. I think it'll be pretty chill. Okay. Sweet. So yeah, I think, so one thing I can do here is I'm going to go ahead and merge all these meshes together so that it is one union piece, or one unique piece. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and just shift select everything here. So this, let's go ahead and bring in the start area is, and we're just going to remap this in Maya. That's kind of the entire point of what I'm doing here. Okay, this is kind of the building here. Oh, not that. Here and here, and then I'm just gonna move everything up so I can see if I selected everything. Alright, so we selected everything. Now I can just go into the modeling mode. We go to modeling here on the side. It should be on, where are you at? There we go, mesh ops, mesh operations, merge. And then I want to merge to current folder, which is already on, and then accept. And so that should give me a complete merge of all of these different pieces. Alright, there we go. Awesome. Go ahead and try to play. Alright, so one thing already I can tell is the track is a little bit wide. Right, so I think the width is just a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I like the size of the ramp the most. Go ahead and fall in here. Okay, that's working. That's good. So, alright, so I know that I should probably reduce this by maybe... I should probably reduce it by maybe like almost a third, I think. Let's go ahead and see what we have, what it's like on the on Mario Kart, and kind of see. Let's just gauge how wide the tracks are. And initially, I knew I wanted to probably have wider tracks than Mario Kart for my game, for Chaos Kart, because there's a lot more combat, and then you're like flying in different directions. One of the problems that currently is that the driving is a tad bit unwieldy. We switch over from physics driving over to a different kind of driving type, so it just feels a little bit more unwieldy. So yeah, I feel like this is probably too big. I think if we cut like 1/3, I think it'd probably be good. All right. So from here, go back to my switcher real fast, and let's see how it kind of equates. Okay. going up the ramp made the wrong way. I'll have to revise the mesh rotation. That makes sense. Licensing error. Hold on. Alright, let's see here. So yeah, one of the other issues is that our reverse is also inverted. Yeah, so I think that what we have width-wise in the track would work as long as we have the side pieces on here. I think that will be fine. That way it's not so simple. And then your typical track size like this, I'm interested to find out. So this is roughly approximately 10 cart units. You know, this is the smallest cart, so I'm just thinking about it, the medium-sized cart across. This is your typical spline here. Okay. Cool. Let me go ahead and pause that real quick. I need to get over to Maya if I can. I just gotta remember my login. That's all. Let's see, where's my logins at? Login. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's right. It's media now. I forgot about that. Media. So I'm just logging into my Maya real fast. I will move on to this track piece. Media. Copy. All right, here we go. Okay. Now I should be logged in. Where is my Maya? Open up Maya. Oh. OBS over here. There we go. Okay. Maya, open up. Here we go. It was just on the wrong screen. Alright, so I want to try to mimic a lot of the stuff that I was seeing on Mario Kart track. We have our 90-degree angle roads, we have our spline roads, kind of like our carry-up roads, And right now, I don't think that our physics or the way that the cart movements will allow for the high up and downs. And these kind of movements as well, like these kind of like warbly fun movements. Let's see here. Like, we can't fly yet. If we ever want to have any like flying things later on, we are not able to do that just yet. I'm gonna see what this is about over here. Yep, we just kind of slide off. So yeah, I think the gravity is pretty high actually on Mario Kart games like this. You like really just kind of hard fall. But yeah, this mesh is actually super basic. This kind of trim mesh. That's mostly just to hide those hard corners on something more organic like this. That's actually not hard to do at all. Alright, so that being said... I'm going to go over into my Maya real fast. And what I can do, cause since I merged this, this whole mesh, all the different pieces on this mesh, I'm actually able to just export my asset right here. So asset actions, and let's go ahead and export it, and maybe just bring it over to, let's see, Baka Gamedev content. I'll do Chaos Kart, and we'll do environments. Not castle level. We'll do lava castle. Okay, lava castle. I'm just gonna keep it the same. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it the same naming convention for right now. Vertex color, don't need that. Level detail, don't need that. Collisions, don't need that. Don't need my skeletal mesh. Don't need local time export. I might need collisions. Let's see. Export that, and let's see what we can do with it. I should be able to just drag and drop it into Maya, and pill around with the this asset here. So we go to open file location, and let's drag and drop it into Maya. Frame rate, that's interesting. Import scene, frame rate 30 FPS. That's really weird to see. Alright, so one of the things, I'm not able to see the track, and that's probably because of my camera. So I'm going to go to my camera settings and increase my camera settings. Far clip. Let's maybe add one extra 0. There it is. All right, yeah. So just really big. That's why it's doing that. So maybe I need to add even another 0 so I can see further. All right, cool. So this is the current track and what we're having issues with. So definitely going to reduce the scale on everything. Let's go ahead and drop this scale here. I think what actually might be better if I reduce the scale in engine, but if I do that, we're gonna kind of mess up everything else. So I'm kind of worried on doing that. I might actually have to save it off on a different level, so I'm not messing up the current setup. All right, so no. I'm actually just gonna duplicate this level and work on my own version of it. So let's go ahead and duplicate. This would be Daniel Lava Castle There we go. Daniel Lava Castle prototype. And don't save. Alright, so this is mine, so I'm not going to affect the original. Alright, so let's see what I can kind of pull off. We know that this is supposed to be kind of like the castle area, zone, whatever. So that's one thing. I'm not sure why this is such an intense mesh right here. It doesn't need to be. That's partially why I'm in here doing this though. This is all good. So what I can do here is I can go to a top view, and we can see kind of the way that this course is structured right now anyway. And I can inherently just make my own effectively. So what I'm going to do is start from a cube, just increase the crap out of this cube. Alright. Turn on wireframe. Let's see what I'm doing better. I don't know why I can't see the cube on this. That's weird. Because it's below? Camera settings. I need to add an extra 0 for you. Bar clip. Weird. Alright, so one thing I knew I wanted to reduce it by a third-ish. So, well, that's only if it's going to be alone. This is roughly the level. Effectively, it's just trying to fix this geometry, go ahead and do a multi-cut tool, and then just add a little extra geo here and here. Okay, it's seeing it now. Okay. So I think what they do is split the mesh up. I think that's pretty much what's happening is they split the mesh up into different materials. And so what I think I want to do here is try to kind of do the same thing. I want to be able to like UV flatly. I think that'll probably be one of the most important things, UV flatly, and then straighten those UVs. Go ahead and just do this though. Something like that. See if it'll let me do this. No, because I've already affected it too much. All right, so if I just add a cube. Width? Okay, that's width. Okay, 4 sections. So now I can see the exact middle. Yeah, the exact middle, and I can see. There we go. I think I'll just have this come up, but without it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have this come up here, like this. So basically, just trying to simplify this geometry as much as possible, so that we can kind of have a more of a cohesive track with simplified geometry. It's doing okay as it is, but I think this will also help with UVs as well. I would just reduce. Let's go over here. Let's see how this looks on the Switch when we have a dip like this. What do we see here? We have a dip. So we're kind of going up. This kind of has like this fun curved vibe to it. It's kind of bold in like this. It's pretty fun. And then it pops up here in the air. So this is all curved. And then it kind of has a sweep here. Sweep actually isn't that intense though. So let's see here. So this sweep, let's see here. So this is just stone, and then it has like this little in-between like gap area here too, and that kind of just falls. So that's cool to know. So this has kind of this kind of cutout. It's more of a natural movement over here, and then this is just an end piece effectively. And this is just tiled UVs. There's tiled UVs that are just kind of cut to make it look a little more natural. This is kind of cut into itself here, and then you have that like end strip at the end of the turn. Yeah, this kind of has this natural sweep to it, and this is just a little pop, but really not even that crazy. So, okay, that's pretty cool to know. So now I can kind of replicate something similar with geometry. So I'm gonna go to main screen, and let's see what we can do here. This doesn't really need to go down that much actually, from what I'm seeing here from that. So I can reduce it down a little bit. Yeah, maybe something like this. And then we'll figure this out. I think I need to close this off. I'll go ahead and hide this just for right now, so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and just, let's see, I'm gonna bring this edge down to match down here. Right, so how else might this be approached? So this could be, pop this up here. Delete this interface on this. I think that's what I want to do. I'm really curious if it matters. I'm just not sure if it matters that much, if I just kind of like fill it with something. I think that's what I want to do, is kind of add extra geometry and just kind of fill that zone. But I think I'm going to do that after I make this general track though, because I can just always just add a sphere. I can always just add a sphere and then pull it. And but I think that would actually might be better to do in ZBrush now that I think about it. Which is kind of crazy to say, but I think that might be better done in ZBrush. Alright, so let's get this going. So this is kind of that curved shape we have. So what I can do... I actually don't want it to be this high. I think that's a bit too heavy of a height difference here. So I can just reduce it maybe down like this. This is kind of what it looks like. And then I can go ahead and do this. Just do a double extrude here. And of course I just need to up this ramp up a little bit more. But for right now, it's a pretty cool notion here. Press G to do the same thing again. Maybe we'll go down. If I want them to be exact, which I do, then I'm going to, well, actually, I can just move it like that. Actually, that'd be an easy way to do it. Okay. Now I can grab like this edge, for instance, and I can just reduce it like that. I kind of have a more of a softer curve here. Same thing for this. And then let's see how that looks again on the trim. So they make it look a little bit more natural when they add the... Because that really is just for flair. So they kind of just add like random cuts in it and make it kind of look more soft and naturally like stone. And there's that end cap looking a little bit. I can see the nether zone right here. Okay, the skirting. So they're going to keep this generally the same here. This. Alright, cool. So when I can test this is I can go into Unreal and try to export some of our tileable textures. See if I'm able to do that now. And that'll help me kind of figure out if I'm doing everything right. So let's do... Let's see, content, where's my assets at? There's my stylized castle, scorched land, textures, lava texture. Base stone. I'm going to look at their stuff real quick. So here's the Scorched Land demo level. This will kind of just show comparing shaders. Yeah, this might take a second. show what's in this map pack. Oh yeah. Yeah, for some reason the mesh rotates the wrong direction when you're going up the ramp. You kind of just dip into the ramp, which sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. It's just like, oh, sliding up the ramp, face first. All right, so effectively, what's happening with that edge? I can just do it here. Basically, just gonna push it over a tad bit to kind of give it a more of a natural feel. And then these two. Kind of be pushed this way. And then it'd just be like that fill mesh right in the middle to make sure there's no hole, there's no gap. Go back to switch real quick. Let's see what that corner looks like. Yeah, it just kind of fitted in there, and it kind of rounded on the ends here. So kind of we have a nice clean rounded end. And it kind of just ramps up and it looks a bit warbly. So there we go. Probably do is just like do some general cutting here. Just kind of providing some triangles, and yeah, let's see how that looks again. So this is just generally going, I think, in any direction. Looks like this is just natural looking. There's this natural looking area, and that goes into skirting. So so I'm just going to add a few extra edge loops. And then I can add maybe like one here. That can kind of come throughout here. And then end maybe down here. And I'm trying to do a more of a 1-for-1 right now, just because I just want to make sense of it. So let's see here. So what I can do is kind of add some curves, maybe like this. It started looking a lot more natural and cool. I like that a lot. And that, yeah, that middle zone would help fix that. Yeah, that middle zone would help fix. Let me just that into here. And then maybe like one more in this zone so it can kind of curve with it as well. There we go. Kind of had that added curve. Hey, Billy. Welcome back home.
You streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Lay them out using the spline road tool. Okay. Yeah, I was using splines prior, and that kind of helps get a nice base for sure. Yeah, we have like those splines a little bit from before. Let me bring this back to here. Yeah, so I'm basically just making this look a lot more cool and a lot more natural here. What I'm thinking is, though, see, like this here, I can either concave or convex, like this, and it kind of makes it feel a lot more natural. And then here I can add some cool bevels here. Bevel. Not so harsh. Let's redo that actually. So I'm gonna do edit mesh, bevel with 2 segments. Here we go. And then this cut like that. Perfect. Okay, this is just curved into another one. So is this the same texture? I think it is. Okay, so there's an up version. I think it's an up version. I actually might not even be an up version. It might just be the same exact texture. Now that I'm looking at it. So the stone. Yeah, you know, I think it's the same texture. So the darker variation, and we have this lighter variation. And it looks like that's all they did was just have to the wall. Interesting. That's pretty cool. That being said, let's go ahead and try to export if this is up and running now. We really gotta fix this tire issue. This is a problem. The tires are making it super awkward. That's pretty funny. Okay. Alright, let's see what I can use. Let's see what we can use here. Because that's pretty cool. This is really interesting. There's a lot of stuff we can do here. And actually, we can do something like this and just have a simple collision. So this is totally possible. I'm gonna grab this mesh, actually. This looks really cool. Let's go ahead and do a merge. Folder. Why can't I accept it? Why won't it let me accept this? Yeah, for some reason it doesn't like me trying to merge these together. I'm not sure why. I think it's a create level instance. Packed level actor. Let's see here. Let me make sure. No, this is not what that is. I don't need a whole new map with it. I should just be able to merge this. I'm not really sure why it's not letting me merge this. Mesh ops merge. Why can't I merge? we frozen? Might be frozen. Alright, whatever. I can still work on this, though. Alright, so from here, it's likely that... Let me go ahead and unhide this. So I need to not have that bevel just yet, but I just need to keep increasing the range of this. I feel like this would be way cooler if it was just the sticks that are up here. Those are really cool. Those assets are awesome. Sorry, I'm gonna try that again. So I'm gonna double edge. There we go, and then from here. I don't need that many, actually. That's what I was looking for, the 2. Alright. Got carving some this trim out. If I can get rid of this too. Let's see what happens. I kind of dig that. I think with this, I don't even need the extra geometry though. I can just literally pull this forward now that I think about it. I think I just had too many processes going on at one time. That's probably what's going on. Very likely what's going on. Alright, there we go. See what Unreal is doing. Okay, it's letting me move around again. Alright. So find out what this texture is. This will be our core ground texture. I think that'll be just fine. cool one, but that can be the stone on the side. I think that'd be kind of cool. Have some rough stone. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we have our core driving ground texture here, and then we have some rough stone. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So I just need to figure out what texture is going on from here. So let's see. Browse to asset. Landscape textures. There's the rock. Lava ground. Okay, I think that's what I'm looking for, is the lava ground, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that looks correct. Lava cracks. Okay, interesting. Brown grass. I see. That's kind of shaded in on itself. So ground stones. That could be some of the rough terrain. The ground stones could be it. What's ground A? I'm just curious about what the heck that is. I think it's ground stones or it's lava. Actually, I don't think this is it because that doesn't look like it's the same color. It's probably gonna be lava ground then. Perhaps. Then rock is this, I'm pretty sure. Well, there's two kind of rock. So there's this kind of rock. Browse to asset. Tree, stones, lava, down. Okay. Stone textures. Okay, so it's landscape textures for sure, and I think it's gonna be one of these. So what I'm gonna do, now that I know it's probably one of those. So ground A does not look correct, but it's still a pretty cool ground. Like, let's see what it looks like in Mario Kart here. In Mario Kart, we kind of have that same kind of cracked look and stuff. So, you know, that's cool. I just wish I knew how to. Material instance. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of them on here, so it's kind of what I figured. There's just multiple. Alright, so I'm just going to export these. So asset actions, let's go ahead and export, and I'm gonna bring this over to our lava castle here. So just these textures, this one, I'm pretty sure this is the one. So like this is the ground cracks, and then we have, pretty sure this is the same one I just exported. Ground cracks, yes. So that's gonna be our base, the base track, and then B looks pretty good for the side stuff, but I think it needs to be darker. I can always make it darker, so that's not a problem. Let's see if there's any other ones that might work better. Not that one. Lava ground. Oh, it's because it has lava with the ground. I see. It's like just masked out. Mud probably actually good for that. Where is the mud? Where does that look like? Where's mud? I don't see mud. Where is mud? They usually have representations in these asset packs of where is what, and everything. So that's why I'm confused here. This might be mud, actually. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is our mud and rock. Okay. So I'll export. Also export mud. That's a good one for it. Export mud. Okay, so I can go back into Maya, and what I can do here is I can my face mode. Right, so this could be that one texture, so we can kind of do this like top down right here, and then I can do camera based, so UV camera based. Go to my UVs, editing. Shell. Not gonna worry about that right now, just this. Did I grab too much on accident? Maybe I did. I might have. There we go. Okay, so now I just have these, and I'm pretty sure there's actually a manner to make these just completely straight. The way that I know how to do it is just to grab kind of one side like this, flatten it like that, and then I can kind of finagle this so I can kind of bring that straight. I'm probably going to change some of this, but I just want to do this for right now. And the only reason I'm doing it like this is because this is how I saw when I was able to download a few of the Mario Kart assets, and this is exactly how they were UVing their stuff, which is pretty cool to see that. So this I'm just going to straighten out, bring all the way over here. Straighten these two at the end here. And then fold and fold. Okay, that's not going to work. That's kind of hard to look at. Let's see here. I know there's a straighten UV function too, which probably would be a little more helpful if I did something like that. This needs to match up with this. There we go. This needs to match up with that one. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring this texture in here and let's see how that looks. So these faces will be a different material than the ones below it. And I think that's pretty much how they do it in Mario Kart. Let's go ahead and check this real fast. Alright, so I'm gonna call this assign new material. I'm gonna call this lava ground. Let's go ahead and delete history here. So I'm gonna call this lava ground. Lava ground. Let's optimize this. All right. And what I think what they do is, I think they actually separate this mesh. I'm pretty sure that's how they do that in Mario Kart. I think they actually separate the mesh so that there's not two materials. I'll see though. Let's just find out. So I'm gonna go to assign. Well, not assignment material. I'm going to just go to here. On lava ground. Let's go to file. Okay. And I'm gonna do D. Black Bros Entertainment, Chaos Kart, environments. Got my lava castle here, and then we have our mud, and we have our ground cracks, and texture. There we go. It's looking very stretched out right now. That's okay. We can fix that. I'm gonna click on this again. It's so hard to see with it out. Is it because it's turn off shaded view? Doesn't really help though. It's not helping either. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, it's looking really cool. Alright, so nice and big for right now. So if I increase the scale, it's looking pretty dope. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that all these are the same texture on in Mario Kart. Let's find out again. Let's look that up. I think the ground here, the same texture as this here, and it just morphed in a way that makes it feel like it's more natural. Yeah, this looks like the same exact texture. If anything, the walls might be just a little bit higher resolution, if anything. So, I think I might be doing it wrong. As far as, I can just add those side panels. Okay. Oh, poor little Luigi. Don't worry, you get to retry. Alright, so all these little stone bits here too. Okay. And this looks like it's just been, if I grab the edge and maybe duplicate a face, kind of going around that edge here. That's kind of what that feels to me. Let's see here. think I got it. Just more variable for sure. All right, so let's go back to my main screen. All right, so this is quite big. So I'm wondering if that is too much. I wonder if I need to make it. Oh, let me see again. So, how big do I need the texturation to be? I think this might be just helpful to see. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm looking at at the moment. I'm looking at how often things tile. It might be easier to see that from the side angle here. Big crack, X crack. All right, cool. This tile somewhat often, and so that's kind of what I'm gonna go for as well. So here we have crack. Let's see. Like this, maybe. That might work. So one thing I can do here is I can add a. I need to definitely add more of a wall here, so it's the same kind of thing. So, 1 second. How does the walls look? I think they're probably just straight down, to be honest. I think that you just really straight down. Just have some stuffed rocks, and yeah, that's the same material. And yeah, this is impossible to get up. It cannot fall off the side here. Okay, good to know. I'm gonna hide this again. Unhide. It's a little over double. Add a light taper. Something super simple here. Alright, and then this can go ahead and be beveled as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add a mesh. Bevel to the 2, so it's more natural. Go ahead and cut this. Nice. Unfold, unfold. Alright, so what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just do this with the remaining bits here. So I think I'm going to do this on this part as well. So let's see here. Go in face mode. Literally goes to that point. So there we go. I'm gonna get this little section. So let's go to camera based, UV camera based. Fold. Whoa, that's not correct. Why is it doing that? As long as it's like clean, it seems to be all that matters. As long as it's a similar texture resolution. Roughly there. Okay, and this whole side. I'm just gonna go from here for right now. As if the bottom didn't exist for now. UV camera based. Kind of flatten this out a little bit here. It's getting a little bit warbled on these outer trim zones. So I think what the best way to do this would be to go ahead and grab these top ones and expand them out like that. That cleans it up a bit. I can do shell, straighten UVs. That cleans up a little bit, and then I can it gives a little bit there, but that doesn't matter at all. And this part right here is a bit askew too, so. Okay, that was good. So now I can go to shell mode, and then we just need to increase it to that similar texture resolution. We don't want anything to be off here. Looking at these squares, kind of like how they match up. There we go. And so now I have to just make sure it fits in this box. So I'm just gonna put it here. I'll put this in the bottom actually. Okay, I think I learned quite a bit today. I think on this stuff. This is pretty cool. So I didn't bother UVing like the front because I'm probably going to keep the front moving along. So I wasn't bothering with that. I wasn't bothering the bottom. Let's go ahead and bring this into engine real fast and just kind of see what it looks like. So export selection. Let's go ahead and I guess I could go ahead and say this out real quick. So export selection. No. Set project. Set project. Let's go ahead and set this chaos cart, environments, lava castle, and I'm just gonna have this be lava ground for right now. Oh, no, sorry, this is directory. This is directory. I'm not exporting yet. So create default, save scene as. Lava castle. Now I can export this section. Export selection. I don't need animations and all that, so that's good. It's good. It's good. And it should be the right size and everything. So let's go ahead and okay. Environments. Lava castle. This would be lava. Lava ground 1. Probably terrain would also be good. Let's just see how it looks in here. This would be kind of fun test. All right. So I'm gonna put this in here. Let's do it under meshes, and then custom track meshes. Oh, I guess it didn't go through. All right. There we go. Create new material. Don't need to. Do not create material. Import all. Okay, I guess it just stick with that texture since I had that texture on here. That's weird. I don't know why it just like flew under there. I was trying to put it on top of here. Oh, I know what's going on. It's because of my center pivot. It's my pivot point. Okay. Modify center pivot. And I want to have my pivot point at the bottom, so I'm press D. V. Nope. And then modify. Freeze transforms, delete history, optimize my scene size, and then let's now export selection again as my lava ground 1. There we go. Let's try that again. I'm gonna just do a re-import. Okay, now that's weird. I'm just going to re-import it manually. Force delete. I haven't pushed it yet, so it's fine. Open file location. Lava ground 1. Import all. This should have my current pivot point. So that's weird. That's weird that it didn't keep its pivot point. Unless it's in a group, that shouldn't be happening. Hold on. Maya. So this is my new pivot point. And let's make sure that those transforms are frozen. Yeah, transforms are frozen and everything. That's crazy. Gonna do a sweep here. Let's add all these to the same material. That's one thing I forgot to do. Okay, so right click, hold existing and lava ground. History, there we go. Yeah, this really shouldn't be being this goofy. Guess re-import. Yeah, I don't know why it has this initial. Kind of bothersome, really. Do a rotation snapping 15 degrees. Oh, I know why it is. It's because it's not zeroed out. Dang it. Alright, that's what's going on. Let me go ahead and add a duplicate, hide it, and then let's get this to 0, 0. Darn it. So the 0 axis is coming from the 0, 0. So that's what I need to be. So I need to be way the heck over here. F. That's good for, it really is good for level stuff actually, but in this case I just want to be a 1-for-1. There's the grid. I just want, I'll turn off my EV editing. Front location. That's fine. That's fine enough. All right. File. Export selection. Lava ground. There we go. Now it won't be all super weird. Re-import. Yeah, there we go. This is 141 now. That's what the problem was. Just had a problem solve a little bit. Alright, now let's see how this looks when I'm like gonna just drive up on it. You know, just kind of fly on it. And I want to add this ground on that material. So let's see here. So here's my lava ground. So what I need to do is grab the proper one. So this is T ground cracks. M. Ground crack. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to create a... I don't need to get the material editor. I just need to bring in... Here, I'll just do this. I'll just bring in this right now. So I need to go to maps, not maps, materials. Okay, then I need to go to trees. Landscape materials. This, let's see. Nope, that's not the correct material. I'm gonna do stones, trees. Okay, there's different layers. Interesting. That's what was making it so crazy looking. There's lava instances, particle instances, which are just gonna be that smoke. Stone. This is probably the one I'm looking at. Landscape textures. Material for it. And it should already be created. It's kind of weird that that's making me do this again, but I think I know what happened. It's because of it's drawn on. That's probably why. It's kind of goofy. Probably should be material instances as well. It's just some materials not that hard to make a material. It really isn't. crazy how slow that is. Oh, okay, it's just trying to populate it. Alright, that's looking pretty dang cool, actually. And they don't have to match up either, which is the cool part about it, too. Because they're just going to be covered with those extra materials, which is awesome. So, let's go ahead and add this rough. This normal map and the rough. Normals. Oh, it's height rough, really? Height roughness AO. Interesting. I'm not used to that. Height roughness AO blending. Unreal. Height roughness AO. That's a new one for me. So I'll just do what I'm used to, which is G roughness, and B is usually for metallic, but I don't think that's the case here. I think B is going to be for. Let's find out. Let's find out. Probably doesn't have any metallic. I don't think it would need metallic. Let's find out, though. Okay, definitely not metallic. Let's cut that. Looks like some weird crater cheese something. Rough metallic, roughness, height. There we go, that's better. Alright, let's give it a play. See how this looks. Let's find out where that is. I think it's behind me. Yeah, it's over there. This is not meant for Chaos Kart, so I'm just playing around with this and seeing what I can get looking cool. I think it might be too far away now that I see it. Yep, it's too big. No. Okay, it's fine. Live and you learn. Okay. Yeah, we can't get any height here. That's kind of sucks. We just don't get any height anymore. So, all right, that's going to be one of the things I definitely want to change is making sure we get height again. Yeah, we're just not able to get any height. Ah, it's so annoying. Alright, well. That's no good. Alright, well, I'll just bridge it then for right now. But that's definitely needs to be changed. I should just change my player spawner zone. Yep, I'm changing my player spawner zone. That's what I needed to do. Where's my player spawner? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Player spawn. Nero. Nero. There we go. Better. So the wheels are goofy still. Is the collision weird? Oh yeah, I need to change it to collision, don't I? Rippity. Alright. So that would be on the Scorched Land, meshes, and my custom track mesh. Let's go into this. I'm doing double caps. There we go. Alright, so for collision, I want to do... I'm pretty sure it was simple as complex, if I remember right. Complex collision, simple collision physics. Where is that? Collision. Customize collision. Simple and use simple as collision as complex. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I just can't see the collision. I want to be able to see it. How can I see the collision? Alright, I'm pretty sure it is simple as complex though, and let's give that a shot. Okay, it still has this. Still has this old collision. I think that's what's going on. It has this past collision and the new collision. So I think I need to delete the old collision. So remove collision. Save. And hopefully it understands this. So let's give that a shot again. See if it removed the initial collision. Okay, I just got rid of all collisions. Rippity. See if simple and complex work. It may not work, but I'll give it a shot. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I'm pretty sure it was simple as complex. What I don't like is that I'm not able to see this. Okay, here we go. Now I can see it. That's still not good. Complex mesh. That would be this mesh. Lava ground. Lava ground 1. Right, and simplifies. There it is. That's what it is. Okay, so let's see if I can. There we go. So yeah, okay. Use complex collision as simple. That's what it is. Save. That's what I needed to do. Play. I'm sure I added this circle to it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And that's looking pretty dang cool. So now this has collision. It's pretty much what I'm looking for when it comes down to scale as well. I think this is a good scale. I think I need to reduce. So I need more UV space for this stuff. I think it's way too large. So that's what good to know. Is that I need the texture size to be more dense here, but overall that looks awesome. Especially the sides here, this looks really good. So yeah, I think that's a good spot to be in. So let's see here. Yeah, if I want something like this ground here, I want to use this ground. This is kind of the ground I'm looking for right here. Is this kind of like cracked ground here, which I think that might be the. I actually don't know if that's the lava ground or not. The ground that I have, it looks a little bit different. Ground B base color. Okay, so let's try ground B. I wonder if that will be any different. Materials. If it'll let me. This is definitely a complex material. I think ground B is what I'm looking for though. This does look pretty cool though, but that's just, I think it's the wrong one. Okay, I think what I can do. Okay, so that's the light map here. Alright, I'm going back into Maya. And I think what I have to do is I need to double this UV space. So something like the editing mode. Make sure. I actually don't know what happens when it goes out of there. Kind of it just infinitely tiles. Interesting. All right. Well, that works. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. I think that'll be pretty cool. Maybe just a little bit less. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and save this out. Let's go ahead and export this. What does it have? Okay, it has to translate. Okay, so it knows where the original was. That's fine. Lava ground. Go and do a re-import. So meshes, custom tracks. Go ahead and re-import this. It's a lot more tiled now. Let's go play it and see what it looks like. Woo! That's looking pretty dang cool. Alright, let's see what else we need to add to make it look even cooler. Go to switch again. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is there's some concavity to the track. So it actually has a curve to it. Like it's very subtle, but it's there for sure. See how it's kind of like a U shape. And part of that's probably because of that boulder. But yeah, there's definitely some concavity to it. Let's see what I can do with that. Let's go to Maya. I'm gonna grab some of these vertices up top. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of spread. Just a little bit of one. Alright, so I think to make the concave feel, it's part of the reason why I added this middle edge. So I could kind of do a little bit of a dip here. So I'm going to do the dip actually starting from where it lowers. It needs to be pretty dang subtle. What I can really do is, now that it's already textured just fine, I can just add that to it, and then I can just drop some of these faces. So I'll keep that face, and I'll just drop these. There we go, like that. And then so that just kind of adds a little bit of that extra curvature to it. And then same thing with this one. I'll go ahead and do that here. Alright, and then this can go down face mode. And if I wanted to add any adjustments, I could just, where it's kind of pushed over to the side, I could just kind of, you know, pull that a little bit. I don't want to affect the UVs too much though, so I'm kind of just doing really subtle pulls here. What is the opposite now? So I'll also add a little bit of variation to that tileable feel. Just a little bit. Alright, and the last thing would be just to add full concavity for these edges, these zones right here. So just a little bit of that dip like that. There we go. And then the last thing right here, just that middle one, even a little bit further. Now you have that full bowl like that. I'm feeling it. That was good. So save. Export selection. Okay, let's re-import. And let's give that a shot. Let's give it a shot. Meow. Whoa. Look at that. Just a little bit of concavity adds a lot of extra fun to it. It's super, super subtle, but it's like totally there, right? So that's awesome. So this, yeah, that just adds so much more flair. I'm loving it. This is a really clean workflow. I know there's probably faster ways, right? The cool thing is we were able to block out the track initially in Unreal with the modeling tool, the new modeling tools and everything. And then going over to Maya, you know, optimizing the crap out of the stuff, and then we can just add those in between kind of cracked zones, the slow zones. You can totally just add those as different meshes, unique meshes, and I'm feeling 100% better about adding some cool track stuff now that I kind of get a gist of what I should be doing here. So this is definitely was a fun exercise here. Anyway, I'm gonna have some dinner, so I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching if you watched, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, to be one of our Baka Bros, and I'll see you later.